Well, you chose to do that. I thought you were going to be Gunna. I thought you were going to be a big-time rapper. Looks like the market said no.
Yeah. Gary, it's all about distractions. And in this country, there's so many distractions. And if kids aren't willing to, buckle down and just focus in on really what they want, it's just not going to happen.
And we need to be, as parents, not to demonize distractions, right? Because we as a parent in Long Island want them to be in the professional lacrosse league because we think Paul Rabble's amazing. But what they actually love is actually comic books. And actually their destiny would have been to be a great comic book designer or flipper. So we need to make sure that we quantify distractions. Are they distractions? Or are they actually, you see where I'm going?
I got you.
And I know you agree. That's why I'm jumping in.
No.
Or is that
100%.
distraction actually, because do you know how many first and second generation Asian, Indian, Eastern European kids were actually destined to be the great artists of our time, but were boring doctors, lawyers, and engineers?
Yeah.
Because that music thing was a distraction, but what you were telling the next Chance the Rapper was that was a distraction, and then she decided to become a lawyer. When I walk in New York City and I look at 40, 50, and 60-year-olds, and I just look at them, do you know in my mind, like in society, just walking, I always look at them like, I do this. This is weird. This is how I think. Man, I wonder if that person right there is actually the greatest music executive of all time, but their parents made them become an engineer.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I literally walk that way. That was the great gift that my parents gave me. We were first generation immigrants. Every Russian kid had to be good at school. And if you were the biggest loser, you went to NYU, but really you should go to Harvard. I went to Mount Ida College because a postcard came in the mail because I was trying not to even go to college because I wanted to go into my dad's liquor store at 15. They didn't impose the way out on me. They allowed me, my mom, and then my dad. The great thing they did was they created accountability. Dan, what you were referencing was accountability. My parents watched me. They saw that I was a shit student, which was an enigma for immigrants. They were all good students. and they said, cool, you're a shit student? Guess what? Happy 14th birthday. From now on, every weekend and every summer vacation and every spring break and every winter break and every Columbus Day and every Martin Luther King, you're going in the car with dad at 7 a.m. and you're going to work because guess what? You're not getting a piece of paper that's going to give you a fluff job. You're a loser student. You're going to have to learn how to work. And in that accountability, they changed the trajectory of my happiness.
Yeah.
And there's a version of that in soccer, which is instead of trying to get your kid to not, your kid's showing you that they're not committed. And you're saying, oh, they're only 14, they don't know better. That's bullshit. They're
you're ultimately robbing them of an opportunity to do something else. I think that a lot when you're,
Correct.
So whether that's,
let's play this out because I can see it's resonating with you guys and it's a good picture to paint everybody. Your 14-year-old who loves soccer and who's dominant, who's fast because your grandfather was fast one day, and like he has showing you that now he wants to be a rapper. And you're saying that he doesn't get it and he needs a little discipline and he's just a kid. No, he's a human. He's showing you. Let me promise you, the 1% that makes it to the league never wavered. Like you can't. And then you're robbing, to your point, Dan, you're robbing them because maybe actually you thought that they're supposed to be Felix Joao, right? Joao Felix, right? Like that's who you want them to be. And really who they're going to be is P. Diddy. But since you blew out your knee, in junior high and couldn't make it, I mean, stop it. Start listening and stop imposing.
Yeah, well said. And this, I mean,
I do have a question. What do you do? Where's kind of the balance? If I think about kind of Angela Duckworth, if you're familiar with her at all, and like this idea of grit and like getting your kid to kind of push through difficulty, because if they're not into soccer,
let me promise you what the most difficult thing a kid could go through at 14 in this scenario, and I appreciate where you're going with it. So either you make them push through and, hey, you started soccer, you finish it. You know, or you actually let them get real difficulty, which looks like this. Because when you make that kid do that, it's fake difficulty. All of a sudden, you're the entity that's pushing against them. Or you actually let them go difficult, which is they quit the soccer team, they try to be a rapper, they hang out with loser friends for 6 months, they get 8 listens on SoundCloud, They lost their friends from soccer because now they're still in that clique. Now they're in difficulty. Now grit actually kicks in. Because what you have to layer grit along with is merit. The merit of consequences. The truth. Back to your point, Dan. What is scary to me about grit, interpreted literally, is it leads to bad behavior from one man's point of view. I could be wrong. Where you create a fake environment where you're the enemy as the parent and the whole thing is convoluted. I think having a kid who's as an athletic scholar who then takes a creative field or a cool thing or wants to smoke weed or whatever. And my employees, 3 of them are in the room right now. They know what I do. I don't micromanage my employees at all. I live my truth. I don't make them do shit. I just let them fail, analyze, and then I try to help when they're truly at rock bottom, if I can. You don't let your kid die of drug use.
No, yeah.
But you absolutely, I think real perseverance and real grit is when they died on their own sword. You didn't allow them to use you as the excuse, and you've suffocated excuses because now you're like, well, you chose to do that. I thought you were going to be Gunna. I thought you were going to be a big time rapper. Looks like the market said no.